Okay, guys, we're gonna see if I can make this work because, like, I'm super tired and I actually just napped. Okay, for starters, obviously you can see I got a new haircut. I like it. If anything, it reminds me of my mom a little bit, and that's the only reason that I might not be 100% okay with it, but new hairdresser, new haircut, I'm good with it. Yeah. So the biggest news of this week is that I have finally published A Shiny for a Trick, which was my little short novella that I wrote off of that prompt that once upon a time Frankie gave me, and so it's finished. It has a cover and it is available for sale. Currently, right now, it's ebook only and it's 99¢. I wasn't really planning on doing it in print, but I've already kind of got some requests for it, so we'll see. I don't want to bother Frankie with another wraparound cover right this moment, so I just guess we'll just sort of make people suffer a bit. For those of you that don't know what it's basically about this tiny creature who's like living in an in-between world in my hometown here, which is Traverse City, Michigan, and she finds lost things and she really loves them, and then she returns them to where they go. Until she finds something that is really pretty and she doesn't want to give it back, and it sort of drives her a little crazy. I really like it. It's kind of cute. Not really my usual thing, but I like it. Along that same vein, there have been changes to Pronoun, which is our ebook retailer. We got an email today that was really exciting, actually. Number one, Frankie and I already kind of knew that they released author pages, which is something they promised more than a year ago and have just now completed, which is cool, because it's basically like a blog page like what we've got now, where it lists all of your books for sale. So that's neat. Frankie and I both have ours set up already, and I've shared it some, but it does a lot of the same functions as the blog, so it's not really a huge surprise for like you guys, but it's convenient for us because like if you want to like link it to a friend and they want to like know where all your books are, then you can just send them the link and they don't have to wade through like all of the blog posts or whatever. So that was number one. Number two, in a startling turn of events, they somehow have made it so that all authors will be receiving 70% increased royalties from their books. So I was once looking at putting my book on CreateSpace, which is the most popular retailers through Amazon, and I at the time it was Achillea, and Achillea was more than 500 pages. So I was looking at it, and I wasn't really going to be turning much of a profit. I would have had to charge quite a bit of money to return any profit at all, and I didn't like that because I want my books to be accessible as much as possible. So to do that, I would need low prices. And so when Pronoun came out, Frankie and I were like, what the hell, let's give it a try. And so far it's been wonderful. We like Pronoun quite a bit. But Pronoun gives us like way more in royalties than CreateSpace would. And so eventually I was expecting them to actually lower the royalties we were getting because, I don't know, I figured, the way the economy goes and whatever increased costs, that eventually they would realize that they were offering us such like an outstanding deal that they would have to, lower it a little bit. But no, the opposite has happened. They are now increasing our royalties. They said in some cases this is going to, effectively double, like what people are making on their books. So that is amazing. Like, truly. The other cool thing is that they will now be allowing free books, which is something they didn't have before. The lowest price you could set on them was 99¢. So we can offer free books. And then there were, like, some other things, like you can pick and choose who you want your distributors on. So I don't know if you have beef with, like, one of the retailers, you could be like, I don't want them to have my book, and shut it down. I don't know. And there were, like, a couple other things. But mostly, like, I was way excited about the up royalties and the free books because I wanted to offer free books. Free books are a great marketing tool because then you can just be like, look, this is no strings attached, doesn't even cost you $1, way to try out my books. I will be looking into that at some point, but not yet. So, the next thing I have on here is that I've been reading a lot. Many of you may have seen my review to The Slow Regard of Silent Things. Oh my god, it's so good. So good, guys. I'd highly recommend that. But one of my New Year's resolution is to read more. So I have books on my phone, I got books on my my Kindle, I've got paper books, and so I've been reading a lot more. It's good, and And yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I have books basically in every spot of my life now, so I can just, when I'm bored, I just stop and I pick one up and I start reading it. It has led to a book purchasing binge, which I'm kind of sorry about, but also not sorry at the same time. It started with me going, you know what would be really helpful? I've been reading like nonfiction, like reference type books to like beef up my craft, right? So I started with The Art of War because I was like, I want to know more about war, so I don't get this shit wrong and look stupid, right? And then I was reading that, and I was like, you know what else would be helpful? I picked up that book about tea, because I saw it in the store, and I was like, that could be useful. So I got that book about tea, and I started reading that, and then I was like, you know what else would be useful is like a legit book of poisons. And, while I'm at it, a legit book about flower language too. So I picked up both of those. And then while I was in the mood to buy books, my sister, when we were moving, lost several of her books to rodents because they got pooped on. And you don't mess with rodent poop, you just don't. So back then, I snapped a picture of the books that we had to throw out, and I replaced them for her this week. And two of the four books that she needed, were in a lot of 16 total books by her favorite author, and I'm sure that she doesn't have at least 10 of them that are on there. So, and it wasn't unreasonably priced, so I was just like, well, sure. So I got her a set of 16 books there, and then like the other two books that she was looking for. And then while I was at it, I had several of the books on my Goodreads shelf that I'd been meaning to pick up just cause. And so I did. I was shopping around on Thrift Books, which is like a used book retailer, and they were having a buy three get one free deal. So I picked up 4 books. I got Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book. I got Delta of Venus by Anais Nin, which is one that Stella recommended. It's like an old classical erotica one. The Snow Fox, which looks to be a Japanese political intrigue romance type thing. So it's like right up my alley. I gotta have that. And then Perfume, which is actually a really effed up movie about a serial killer who kills women because he's trying to make the perfect scent of a woman perfume. And he's got this really sensitive magic nose. It's really messed up. But I picked that up too. And then last Saturday I was out with my sister getting donuts, and we were like, let's go to the used bookstore, which is always a terrible idea. And I got a really fancy leather bound copy of The Hobbit in a slip case. It's green and gold and red embossed, and it's got color pictures in there and everything. I picked that up. I also picked up the ninth book of The Wheel of Time because my friend Doug is reading it, and he's on that one, so I picked that up. I found out that Willow has a sequel book about Elora Danan, and because I just picked it up randomly and I started reading about it, and I was like, wait a second, it's the Elora Danan? So I picked that up, and then on my way out, I saw a book called Shogun, and it was a book about Japan, and it was $3, and I was like, fuck it, whatever, so I threw it on. So I've bought, I don't know, 30 or 40 books this past week. Oh, and one more thing. I was at Tatiana's house on Sunday, and I was on my way out, and she showed me a book of symbols. Actually, I can show you a picture of that. Hold, please. Because I took a picture. It was so pretty. She's got this. It's a book of. She does art, and she had this book of symbols, and it was specifically Japanese symbols, because she was trying to get inspiration for a graphic design thing. So here. Oh, it's too dark. There we go. So it was things like that, and so I paged through that for a while, and then on my way out, she pointed at this giant bin full of books, and she's like, I have to get rid of all of these because I don't have room for them. I was like, excuse me? She's like, yeah, I don't have any space for them, and I hate getting rid of books. And I was like, well, do you mind if, for $5, just paw through these real quick? And she's like, yeah, go for it. So I walked out of there with 2 full bags of books. Okay, here's another thing too. You can see my copy of The Hobbit. See, there you go. And so I got so many books this week, and I'm not even sad about it. I'm actually really excited. I have 9 packages in the mail right now, and I've been watching their tracking. One of them was actually supposed to come today, but apparently they came to my house and nobody was here. So they left me a note. They said, I have no note, but I know where the post office is, and I'm going to get them tomorrow. And then the final thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is that I have a couple side projects going on. Number one, I've been reading Immersions, but I haven't read it since the last time I talked to you because I like to let them pile up and then read them all at once. I don't like to stop. So that I have that, and then I have actually my friend Jackie put me in contact with a young adult writer who's, I don't know, she's a child basically. I don't know, she's like young teens, I think. And she was looking for somebody to read her work and give some critique and editing and stuff. So I've been sort of reading hers. That's kind of going slowly because I'm not exactly sure how to give her the feedback. She gave me a PDF, so I can't like write on the doc. And it's too many pages for me to print from my work printer because that's rude. And so I think I'm just gonna have to like write like hand notes and then just like scan them to her or something. So like I picked it up a couple times and I'm like, shoot, I need to make a note and I don't have any way to do it, so I just put it down. And then a friend of mine gave me it's like I don't want to say it's a kid's novel, it's like a dark fairy tale type thing, and it really feels like Undertale, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of horrifying. I just finished looking at that. I'm not going to say it on camera because I don't know if he wants me to. People can be prickly about that, so... but that was really cool, and, when he does publish it, I will be sure to tell you guys about it. But yeah, that's been me. A lot of words. I've actually, I told you my New Year's resolutions were gonna involve, being more disciplined, reading more, and doing this stuff, and, pretty much every day now, I've been wording somehow. I've got, I finished, that was the other news! I finished Achillea, again, for real, this time. I'm pretty sure it's, done! And, I have so much more to tell you. This is gonna be, the longest video ever, I'm so sorry. I finished Achillea a long time ago, and then I had to do that massive edit, and then I put it on hold, and then I added some stuff, I tweaked it, I put it on hold again, because every now and then I get, too tired of it, and I have to let it rest, and I don't know how to continue. Of course, I've been writing the sequel lately. I was in the middle of writing that one erotic romance thing, that monstrosity I was telling you about. I still love that. But I got really distracted by how badly I wanted to keep writing in the Achillea series. And so I was just like, fuck it. And I put it down and moved on to Achillea. And I've been writing the sequel. When I'm actually trying to progress, I've been writing the sequel. Yes, it's happening. I'm 30,000 words in. It's going well. I finally figured out what the hell I needed to do with it. And I've been planning. So here's the thing. Every Sunday now, I meet up with Tatiana. We do creative shit. She does her art. I do my writing. It's good. It's a good relationship. I write at least 5,000 words a week because of it, because I feel compelled with her sitting there to do stuff. But the other thing that I've added is that my NaNoWriMo local group, every November we do the Harry Potter crawl, but we only get 7 assignments in before we, it's the end of the session and we go home, which means we never progress in the Harry Potter crawl. But there's 7 years of Harry Potter crawl in there, and I always want to go through it. So now every Sunday also in the morning I run the Harry Potter crawl, and we are progressing through all 7 years. We're still in year 1, obviously. So I spend the morning writing, and then I move locations, and I spend the evening writing, and I'm getting so much done. So but I felt like I really needed to plan book 4, 5, and 6 of the Achilles series, which is useless. I'm flying all over the place right now, but it's good. I'm getting stuff done. So I have mapped out the 6 books of the Achilles series. There's just 2 trilogies. There's the trilogy in the timeline now, and then there's a trilogy that's 10 years later. And then there's side books, but I haven't gotten there yet. So book 1 is now finished. I have it on my phone. And Kathy, I'm pretty sure Kathy's going to watch this, right? So she should. I need to show her this. This is my, oh shoot, I don't know if I can do this. Yes. So if you see the temporary cover there, because that's not the real cover. Frankie's going to make my real cover, but Kathy did that as a fan art for me. So I threw it in there as the temporary cover. Because, why not? I have it on my phone. And I've actually been using the highlight features so that I can make notes about what I need to change. I've literally been doing line editing. And, today I was in a really good mode of deleting stuff. I was like, that doesn't need to be here. That doesn't need to be here. There are way too many words to talk about this. And so I've been cutting down. I'm probably a sixth of the way through reading it again for the last time, and I shipped it off to a beta. She said she's going to be a really slow beta, but it's a beta nonetheless. So yeah, sorry this video is so damn long, but I have been so productive, I don't even know how to turn this into a 6-minute video. I've been doing stuff every day. Anyway, that's me. I am going to get going. It's like 10 o'clock. I gotta get this video uploaded, and then I gotta go to bed because I gotta work. So, thanks for watching this, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment or some such, and let's get in contact. I like to interact with people, so it would be cool if you would send me a message. Anyway, have a good night and a good week and all of that jazz, and I will hopefully see you Monday instead of Tuesday next time. Alright, bye.